Everyone, I am Kim with Abundant Life Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me for another video. I wanted to do a very quick video to explain a couple of things. So I am in flux. I am in between homes, so to speak, and it's really difficult to maintain a practice. I had to dismantle the wonderful ancestral altar that I had created in the States. I had to dismantle all my reading tables. I had like 2 main reading tables in my home, my former home, and now I'm just here with this one in the room that I share with my husband, and lately my daughter. All of us. It's just be hanging out in here. It's not quite private like I had when I had my own office space. So now it's been challenging to carve out a space for readings that I do professionally, to carve out a space to record videos for the channel, and to carve out a sacred space for doing the things that I like to do to restore my soul, to help me on my journey. So it's been interesting, and I've been trying to just lean into this whole thing and be flexible. But if you all know me, you all know that I'm the type of person that I love to have the pretty little things. I am very tactile. I'm very much a maximalist when it comes to my reading table, when it comes to my spiritual space. And so to have everything kind of uprooted and having to start over it's scary for sure, but there is an exciting element to it. I have to apologize also, by the way, there's construction going on. That's the other thing. Like, the next space, now that I'm here in the country that I'm, living at right now, I'm going to now be able to pick out where we're going to move next. And I'm excited about that because the construction noise is very jarring and there's not much I can do about it. It is all day long. These people work from the time that the sun comes up in the morning to sundown, and yeah. So all that to say, I am going to be going on this journey of rebuilding my sacred spaces, rebuilding my reading spaces for my professional readings, really looking at the kind of content I'm going to be putting out going forward this year on Abundant Life Tarot. I did start another channel. I have not did an initial or like an official announcement yet because I'm still just trying to build up some content for it. But it's not like of the spiritual vein per se. It's not going to be that at all. In fact, that's what Abundant Life Tarot is here for me. But it's certainly not going to be a bunch of unboxings. I counted the number of unboxings that are unpublished on my YouTube channel. And there's like 33. There's 33 unboxing videos that I can publish. And at first I wasn't going to. And then I was like, no, that's a lot of content that you've created. You are going to publish it. So I've mentioned it to you guys before that you will be seeing unboxings sprinkled through. There will be, of course, unboxings that I do in 2021 and beyond. There's a couple of decks that I've got on their way to me, and eventually when I get them, I'm going to unbox them and do a video like I always do. But in terms of going forward this year, it's going to be few and far between. Now, with that being said, I will be kind of doing an unboxing. Oh, this is going to be fun. This is going to be really fun. And this is actually a suggestion from, I think it's a Tiny Trinkets and Things is the channel. She was over at my Zoom lecture for Taste Change Has Yours concerning your changing tastes and decks. And at the very end of the meetup that we had, that I was leading, she asked if I could do a video on when my decks that I had shipped from the United States to here, at that if I could do an unboxing. And I thought that was brilliant. Not an unboxing, but just when I finally get them to, let's do a video, a live even, she wanted to do. And I said, okay, I could do that. I'm comfortable with, I could do that. I'm comfortable, and I'm actually excited about that prospect. It's going to be like, when you're a kid and you tucked away some toys in an old toy box and you forgot they were there, and one day you go and you open up the toy box and you found toys and they feel like new. And I think parents, there was a trend, and maybe they still do this, I don't know, I don't do it, but where they would hide toys. It's a good thing to do with little kids, by the way. I might have used to do it with the boys or when my kids were small, but when you tuck away some toys for a while and you come back and it's like new, it's like, oh, these are like brand new to me, but not really. And I'm anxious because the ones that are coming on the ship are ones that are not necessarily my working decks. The working decks traveled with me to the United States, or from the United States to here where I'm at, the Dominican Republic. They travel with me because I needed them for my actual tarot readings. And the next thing that's coming is decks that I love, but I don't always use, but I would never part with them, but they just could not come in all my luggage. And I packed a gang of luggage because I'm packing up my whole life, and I'm traveling with it. So I'm excited about that. And I thought that was a great idea. And probably another thing that I'll do, and I don't know when will happen because I don't know when it's going to be feasible to go. But when I get back to the United States, I have several decks that didn't make it as well, that I couldn't part with, but they're at my parents' house. Thankfully, I have a parent, or parents, blessed be, that will let me keep some decks, quite a few decks over at their house in crates. So I do plan to go back to the States and just take care of some unfinished business and whatnot and address those decks. And what I'm going to be doing with those decks is the following. Either they will be coming with me back to the Dominican Republic, or they are going to be sold while I'm in the States where it's easiest to ship and sell decks, or donated. So there's going to be something that goes on with them. They are going to not stay in my parents' house forever. They are going to move on, but either they're going to come with me. They might be shipped. I might do another shipment, although it's kind of pricey to do that. It's just easier if I'm flying anyway to just travel by flight with them, but they're just super heavy. So we'll see how that goes. If I have my daughter though, she really packs lightly. It's going to be summertime. When I do plan to go to SAC, I'm thinking summer or fall. So I'm hoping that we could pack really light clothes. And then I just use all the luggage for as many decks as I could possibly cram and take with me. Yeah, this is interesting, right? This is the life of a collector, of a tarot deck collector who is on the move and on the go. It almost doesn't jive, if you will. But I still love tarot. I still love reading tarot. In fact, I have a couple of client readings I need to do. I've got a couple of that I need to email off and summarize and email off. And that has been going busily, and I love it. I'm grateful for that. That's been wonderful. And I've been using this table to get the readings done. But this is a plastic table, and I'm ready for a wooden one or something more solid and stable. Doesn't necessarily be wood. It's big. This plastic table is huge. I like that. But yeah, I'm shaking it. I'm moving. I'm a tall lady, so I kind of rock it with my legs accidentally. And it's just an interesting time for me, really, honestly. And I don't know. It's scary because what does that mean for my channel, right? What does that mean truly? I remember going through the death year, and I still got to do a bit. There's some content there. I do have some videos coming up with regards to my death year. But I remember thinking when I was thinking about Adept Year in the beginning phases, the beginning phases, I was like, what kind of content am I going to create that is going to have people want to come around? People usually come to my channel for unboxings and such. And I was just like, you know what? I'm going to have to just trust it. And I can't stifle my growth and stifle who I am because I'm being fearful of losing people. We evolve, and if we evolve and change, that means so goes everything else that evolves and change around us. That could mean, different subscribers find me and want to watch me because I'm creating a different kind of content. It's not to say I wouldn't watch unboxings. I do still watch unboxings from time to time. I've been so busy just setting up my life here. My husband really, really is wanting to buy, and I love the idea of that, but I don't even want to talk about that too much here because it's like I come to Abundant Life Tarot to escape. But it's a lot of changes going on, but that's how I live my life. I live my life always being on the go with change and really trying to embrace it, really trying to lean into it and trying to make the absolute best of it. And that's what's going on here, and that's what you're going to be watching. So some of the videos you'll see me is probably just going about town, trying to find things that are going to help me make my spiritual home more of my spiritual home. Make my house a home, make my house a spiritual home where I would just love to wake up in the mornings and do readings and videos and create content for all of you. And then, so that's what I'm going to be definitely doing some content around is, let's go to the different stores. I can barely speak any Spanish, but we're going to just do what we do and see what we come up with based off recommendations from folks, the good folks out here that I've made friends with. And I'm just going to have at it. I got to find a table. I got to find a good chair because this dining room chair isn't going to cut it. I've got to find a space that I can actually hang some things or maybe get a shelf. I want a bookcase to put my decks, preferably a closed case. It gets humid out here and I want to be able to put things inside of the case that keeps the decks protected. I have some different ideas on how to keep the moisture out. It's an interesting just adventure I'm on, and I love it. I love the challenge of it all. Of course, there's the wrinkle of having to wear a mask and through all of this, but who cares? I know that sounds bad, but it's like, I'm sorry. I was just languishing, as we all were, being stuck and stagnant, and I couldn't do it anymore. And I was like, I'm going to go crazy, or I'm going to hurt somebody, or, it's just not going to work out. So I got to do something. So that's it, folks. I didn't want this video to be too long, but I just kind of wanted to give a little vlog, if you will, about what I'm going through. Construction noises, finding a new spot, especially if we do get a home. It's probably going to be a new build or something like that. And that's going to take some time. So I've got to find a spot that's going to accommodate my little family and my reading practice, my tarot reading business, and my YouTubing. It's got to accommodate that. So you guys are going to be going on different various journeys with me, specifically as it pertains to my readings. Now, I do have another channel in the works that will be more specific to, I'm looking at properties or something like that. But there are certain aspects of that leans into my business. There are certain aspects that go into, okay, when you have a clean slate, what do you get? What do you need? Do you need all the baubles and things? Are you more into aesthetics or not? So we'll explore some of those things. How to make your creative space your own. How to make your reading space your own. Not all the cookie cutter stuff that we see. I think some of the setups we see and Pinterest and Instagram and YouTube are beautiful, but it's like I want my own, and I cannot wait to get back to feeling like I'm in my sacred space and it's my own. So there you have it. Now for real, I'm going to wrap it up. I didn't want it to be long. I just wanted to get going because I've got some other things to do, like readings and such, and other videos. So love you guys. I will chat with you all later. Let me know if you can relate a little bit to what I'm talking about and in the comments below. And yeah, take good care of yourselves. Bye.